You are now listening to the Highly Evolved Podcast. You can find this channel on Twitter, Gab.ai, BitChute, and Minds.com. This is a real American Patriot channel for real American patriots. If you're not a real American patriot, please exit the channel. Furthermore, we are not sponsored by any outside interference. That means we're unscripted, unrehearsed, and unedited. With that being said, transmission will commence momentarily.
How you guys doing? Welcome to the Highly Evolved Podcast. I'm your host, Stefan. You can find us on Minds.com, BitChute, Twitter, and Gab.com. Most importantly, like, share, subscribe on YouTube because we're writing this until the wheel fall off. I don't know, guys. Let's start the video. All right. In this episode, I want to talk about what's going on last week during the Antifa riot. If you aren't aware, there was this Antifa. There's a demonstration in Portland, Oregon. Right. Portland, Oregon is a very liberal place to be. And within the news, they attacked this journalism who was reporting on the violent demonstration in Antifa, and it turned out that he was attacked just for being a conservative journalism. All right, but look at this article. This article is by the Daily Caller. All right, let me put this up for you guys. And he come out to say that Antifa is not what people seem to be. All right, he's exposing these basement dwellers. All right, that's what they are. These communist Antifas. Andy No labeled Antifa far left, Paramilitary-Style movement in Washington Journal op-ed. All right. Quillet editors Andy No described Antifa as a Paramilitary-Style movement of anarchists and communism agitating for a revolution. That's what they are. They're agent of chaos. In the Wall Street Journal op-ed detailed his assault at the hands of group. The mainstream media described Antifa as anti-fascist was far from it, but it's a fact that this far left Paramilitary-Style movement is anarchist and communism agitating for a revolution. Right? They're similar to the people. I don't know if you guys are still alive back then in 1999, but I remember this vividly. I remember the World Trade Organization, the people who were protesting in Seattle, Washington. This is what they're reminiscing at, right? The people protesting the World Organization in Washington, they were wearing the same kind of masks and all this stuff. I could remember vividly, right? They were protesting the WTO during the Clinton administration. And this is reminiscent of it. This is what it reminds me of. Noah wrote, his description runs counter to that of many of the journalists in a major media outlet who covered the attack, which cast Antifa as a largely peaceful group. Far from it, I think. Large peaceful, my butt. With the laudable aim of fighting fascism. Yeah, right. The Daily Caller documented the group history attacking journalism here. I was set upon a mob, some wearing fiberglass hardened gloves. Wow, fiberglass is very sharp. As well as a mask. No wrote he had already approached the police twice to report that members of the crowd threw milkshake in his face, but was told police wouldn't pursue the suspect because they don't want to incite the protester. They plummet me in the face and in the back of the head until I let go of the camera, which somebody snatched. I raised my arm in surrender, but the mob took them as a signal to become more aggressive. If you haven't seen this video, it's very violent. These people are agent of chaos. These people are basically domestic terrorists. Right? No account is backed up by footage of photos posted online before, during, and after the attack. He is seen peacefully filming the rally and previously defending himself as Antifa members hit and kick him repeatedly and throw various objects of liquid in his face. He stumbled off and sit down, recounting what happened in his Twitter live stream. What the hell were you? He asked the Portland personnel approach. He was visibly shaken and frustrated, cutting off the officer of asking him to state his name. My name's Andy No. I had been assaulted twice earlier today and reported to your colleagues, and nothing was done. I seen this video, right? No spent more than a day in the hospital for brain bleeding and was told he may suffer memory losses up to 6 months. Wow, that's very severe, man. Anything with your brain is very severe. You could find the person and sue him to the fullest extent. That's what I would do. It's clear he's still recovering as he recount the story of the video running in the top of the Wall Street Journal op-ed. Despite being surrounded by institution of the rules of law that day, what I experienced was violent anarchy and lawlessness. He concluded that the op-ed Portland called itself sanctuary cities, but is nothing for sort of law abiding for journalists. Exactly. You won't call it sanctuary city, but people from conservative point of view are prone to violence. This is what liberalism gets you, the city of Portland. And the mayor are facing backlash for not doing nothing. Right? His job was to protect the citizen of Portland. It's clearly he's not doing that. I don't know why people of Portland are still putting up with this. Right? If you don't know Portland, Portland is a very liberal cities. I said before, Portland is the home of the Joseph Stalin statues. People don't know that. The original Stalin statue that was demolished, that people took down in Russia, right, is residing in Portland, Oregon, or in somewhere in Oregon, right? It's very liberal like the company like Nike, right? They come from Portland. It's very, oh my God, it's terrible, man. People from Portland. Let me say this. I don't say anybody from Oregon, right? Not all. There are basically Republican and conservative Oregon too, but it's just those areas in Portland. Right, outside in Portland, like in the rural Portland, the rural Oregon area, there's a lot of conservative, but the majority of them, the majority of the liberals are residing in these big cities. Right, these big cities are harbor of liberals, not libertarian. They're far from libertarian. Liberals, right? This is where all these liberals hang out at, all these big cities. And discussed to attack Andy No. If you don't know, he's a conservative homosexual journalist, right? And they're supposed to protect homosexuals, but see, they nitpick who they want to serve. They nitpick who they want to attack. Don't matter what you are. If you're conservative, they will fight you. All right. If you're a liberal, they'll leave you alone. And this has got to stop, man. Fighting journalism, they just go there to report the story. All right. He's just a journalist. If you hadn't know, Andy No. Alright? So, it's very despicable what these people are doing. These, like I said earlier, these Antifa protesters, they're basement dwellers. They're nothing but domestic terrorists. They're beta soy boy. That's what they are. These people, and they're not only that, they're privileged Caucasian males. If you see like black people or Asian people in Antifa, they're tokens. They're being used. All right, I'm not saying there's not a black Antifa member, but if you've seen one out there, they're being used. Black people are too smart for this. They don't put themselves in this kind of position. All right? They're being brainwashed. If you see any color people of different nationality, primarily people at Antifa are basically Caucasian males. These basement dweller living off their parents' income, parents' trust funds, or whatever the hell they thrive on. But yeah, and they can become a problem. What we have to worry about is like at first now they fight you, they beat you out. What's next? All right, they have bats. What's next? Are they gonna start shooting people now? Because we gotta take care of this right before it builds up. All right, in my opinion, the FBI need to open a case and start find out who's the leading member. How do they reform? Start arresting all these members. I don't know, man. Do something about this because this is getting out of hand. These kids are being brainwashed, manipulated by the college professors. All right, and they don't even know that they're being used right now. This is not how a civilized country functions, by causing destruction. The irony is they say anti-fascist, but they're using fascist tactics. How is that possible? All right, mainly these people are Democrats. The Democrats are advocating this. The Democrats and the liberal medias are protecting them, especially CNN. All right? they're fighting for a cause with a violent. They say Chris Cuomo say, "Oh yes," but they're fighting for a cause. But don't you see their cause? The cause that they're fighting for is they're taking it the wrong approach. Chris Cuomo. All right, a guy got seriously injured. He got brain bleeding. That's very detrimental to the brain, man. That could be considered attempted murder. Right, and they throw in milkshake with cement in it, right? And the cement are known to have burning effect on the skin when it comes close contact with the skin. All right, and they're having bats and beating people up, bloody mess. There's a picture out there where old man was blooded. All right, there's a picture of a guy who got his head sliced. That's too vivid to say. All right, but this thing got to stop. People. Antifa are domestic terrorists, right? They're domestic terror. They should be classified as one, all right? And they want to wear masks. They should pass. I don't know. People shouldn't be able to wear masks in public, all right? They shouldn't be able to do that. Black masks and causing riots, all right? They shouldn't be wearing masks to like a public event like this. I'm not saying this is gonna lead to the Halloween thingy, but I don't even believe in Halloween. I don't believe in wearing masks on Halloween. I don't celebrate Halloween. But I don't believe people should be wearing masks like this. All right? And for the journalists right now, if you're going to get and do this, make sure you go there, protect yourself properly, wear a helmet. All right? If you're a journalist, regardless, go there, wear a helmet, be visible, wear padding, wear masks, wear a hockey goalie helmet if you want. Something to protect you. Wear a football helmet. And so these people can't beat you up. That's what I would do. If I was a journalist, if I was Andy Go, I was to do this again, I would wear a football helmet and so I can't get hit or can't be hurt. We're all pads, shoulder pads, all right? Tackle people down. But let me know you agree. You think the Antifa are domestic terrorists? You think they're a good cause? You think they're hypocrites? You think they're basement dwellers? You think they're beta soy boy? All right, let me know what you think. Because of what I'm saying, YouTube don't want to sponsor my channel because of unscripted, unedited. That means I can say what I want without being bothered by any outside interference. Because of that, I'm not taking any donations. The point of this channel is to get people to think for themselves and not be group thinkers. Like these Antifa. These Antifa are group thinkers. Right? These Antifa are group thinkers. Don't be like Antifa. They're group thinkers. That's the point of this channel, right? These group thinkers are socialism, communism, Marxism. That's what group thinker is. And Democrats, they're group thinkers as well. All right, they will lead you to a death. Communism account for 90 million deaths within the century. All right, and they're like Antifa. They're communist fascists. That's what group thinking is. All right, because I'm not taking any donations. It's one thing for themselves. If you like what I do, please like, share, subscribe. Because when you like, share, subscribe, it encourages me to make more videos. When I make more videos, I saturate YouTube algorithm. When YouTube algorithm is saturated, it make my video more expansive to a broader audience. Within those audience, I might get them to think for themselves and not be a member of Antifa. All right? And not be a group thinker and make them jump off the cliff. Don't do that. Don't be a group thinker. All right? On that note, guys, let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. And my prayers go to Andy No. Hope he recovered. All right? But on that note, guys, I know your time is very precious. I'm not just wasting your time. This is the HighlyEvolvedPodcast. My name is Stefan, and I'm signing out. Peace.